Welcome to Dr. Li Health Decode. Seniors, many of you take magnesium glycinate every night, hoping for deeper sleep, calmer nerves, and fewer muscle cramps. But almost nobody realizes that magnesium can backfire when used the wrong way. And what's more worrying is that the symptoms people blame on aging, racing thoughts at 3 a.m., a pounding heartbeat, restless legs, shallow breathing, and random nighttime anxiety can happen when magnesium never makes it into your cells. What you're about to hear is the truth. Most doctors don't have time to explain. Magnesium controls over 600 reactions in your body, including your heart rhythm, muscles, blood sugar, nerve relaxation, and the deep sleep cycles that repair your brain. Used correctly, it feels like natural medicine. Used incorrectly, it silently disrupts the very systems you're trying to fix. In this video, we'll uncover the 5 biggest mistakes that quietly erase magnesium's benefits, especially mistake number 2, which can block up to 70% of absorption. Before we begin, tell me in the comments, what country are you watching from, and how old are you? I read every comment like a doctor doing late-night rounds. Now let's begin. When most seniors take magnesium glycinate, they believe they are giving their body the gentle, calming support it needs to sleep better, relax tight muscles, and ease nighttime anxiety. But one of the biggest problems is that many people take it with the wrong foods, without realizing those foods can quietly steal up to 60% of the mineral before it ever reaches the bloodstream. This happens because certain healthy foods like whole grains, nuts, seeds, and beans contain natural compounds called phytates that latch onto magnesium and form structures the body cannot break apart. Even vegetables that most people believe are always beneficial, such as spinach, beets, and Swiss chard, contain oxalates that can cling to magnesium and turn it into tiny crystals your body simply pushes out as waste. Even dark chocolate, often used as a treat after dinner, carries oxalates that interfere with this mineral. Many seniors also unknowingly take magnesium alongside calcium-rich foods or supplements. And calcium is far more competitive inside your intestines. It fights for the same doors that magnesium uses to enter your body, and calcium often wins, leaving you with far less magnesium than you expected. The scary part is that you would never know this is happening because the symptoms, trouble sleeping, tense muscles, brain fog, or shallow breathing are blamed on aging rather than poor absorption. A simple adjustment makes a dramatic difference. Take magnesium on an empty stomach or with foods that do not compete, such as lightly cooked vegetables or a small serving of white rice. If your stomach is sensitive, pairing magnesium with a vitamin C-rich fruit like a few strawberries or a small wedge of orange can help dissolve the mineral more efficiently without blocking it. You want to avoid high phytate or high oxalate foods at least 2 hours before and at least 30 minutes after your magnesium dose to give the mineral the clean pathway it needs. But proper timing is only the beginning, because even if you take magnesium perfectly away from the wrong foods, another very common daily habit can flush the mineral right out of your system before it has time to work. Many seniors enjoy tea or coffee throughout the day and often in the evening, not realizing that both drinks contain compounds that bind magnesium and reduce its absorption. Coffee also has a mild diuretic effect, which means it encourages the kidneys to release more water and minerals, pushing magnesium out of the bloodstream more quickly. The more coffee you drink, the more magnesium you lose. And this can lead to nighttime restlessness, twitching legs, and difficulty falling asleep, even if your supplement is high quality. Tea creates a similar problem. Its tannins bind magnesium in the digestive tract, creating complexes that the intestines cannot absorb. Even carbonated drinks can interfere with magnesium because phosphoric acid disrupts the mineral balance in your stomach. Seniors who enjoy a daily glass of wine face an even bigger challenge. Alcohol not only irritates the intestinal lining, making magnesium harder to absorb, but it also forces the kidneys to waste large amounts of magnesium in the urine. This means that even if you take magnesium faithfully every night, alcohol can erase most of its benefits before they ever reach your nerves and muscles. To reduce these losses, you need to space magnesium far away from these drinks, at least 4 hours from coffee, 3 hours from tea or soda, and 6 to 8 hours from alcohol. Many seniors notice better sleep and calmer muscles after just a few days of adjusting their timing. But even if you avoid the wrong foods and the wrong drinks, there is still another obstacle almost everyone falls into without realizing it: taking too much magnesium at once. The human digestive system can only absorb around 100 to 120 millimolars of magnesium at a time. When you swallow a capsule that contains 3 or 4 times that amount in one go, the absorption rate drops dramatically. Instead of absorbing 60 to 70%, your intestines may only absorb 10% or less, and the rest stays in your gut. This leftover magnesium pulls water into the intestines, which can cause loose stools, stomach gurgling, cramps, or diarrhea. Many seniors think these reactions mean they bought the wrong supplement, but in reality, they took too much at once. The body cannot force feed itself minerals. It relies on small, steady doses throughout the day. When you divide your magnesium into 2 or 3 smaller amounts, morning, afternoon, and evening, you give your intestines the opportunity to absorb much more. Splitting the dose can increase total absorption by up to 40%, which means you get more relaxation, better sleep, and steadier energy without increasing the milligs on the label. This also avoids the uncomfortable digestive side effects that cause so many people to quit magnesium even though their body desperately needs it. Seniors who split their doses report deeper sleep, fewer nighttime leg cramps, and less tension in their neck and shoulders. These simple changes help magnesium travel more smoothly into your cells, where it controls muscle relaxation, nerve balance, and the steady heart rhythm that helps you sleep safely through the night. But even if you avoid the wrong foods, time your drinks perfectly, and split your doses throughout the day, there is still a deeper issue that can block magnesium from working. Something most seniors have never been warned about, and something that affects the majority of people over 60 without their knowledge. Your legs are far more impressionable than most people realize, and what you feed them decides whether they stay strong or quietly shrink with age. One of the biggest problems people over 60 face is a gradual loss of fast-twitch muscle fibers. These are the fibers responsible for balance, quick reactions, and preventing falls. They're the first to disappear when your body doesn't get the right nutrients daily. Many seniors assume this loss is caused only by aging, but it's heavily influenced by what you put on your plate. When the muscles don't get the fuel they need, they weaken, blood flow slows, coordination drops, and even a simple step off a curb becomes risky. The good news is that the decline can be slowed dramatically and in many cases improved simply by adding specific foods that restore circulation and help the muscles fire again. One of the most powerful foods for this purpose is beetroot, especially for people over 60. Beets are filled with natural nitrates that help open up blood vessels and deliver more oxygen to the leg muscles. Seniors often feel their legs get tired after climbing stairs or walking short distances, and most assume it's due to aging or low stamina. In reality, many times it's because the blood vessels in the legs have become stiff and narrow. When beet compounds enter the body, they convert into nitric oxide, relaxing these vessels and allowing more blood to reach hard-working muscle fibers. This creates a noticeable difference in energy and walking strength, sometimes within days. For someone in their 70s or 80s trying to maintain independence, this increased blood flow can mean more stable steps, fewer stumbles, and stronger legs that last longer throughout the day. Another overlooked food that works wonders for leg strength is chia seeds. These tiny seeds hold a surprising amount of plant-based omega-3 fats, which help lower inflammation inside the muscles and joints. If you've ever stood up after sitting for a while and felt stiffness in your hips, knees, or thighs, that stiffness is often an inflammatory response. Chia seeds calm this process, lubricate the joints, and make the legs feel less heavy during movement. They also contain soluble fiber that helps stabilize blood sugar, which is crucial because sudden spikes and drops in blood sugar can lead to weakness, shakiness, or a wobbly sensation in the legs. By smoothing out these fluctuations, chia seeds help keep the legs stable and responsive, especially when you need them most, such as stepping out of the bathtub, walking down a hallway at night, or carrying groceries across the kitchen. Leg strength also depends heavily on how well your nerves are functioning. When nerve signals slow down, your legs don't react as quickly, leading to missteps or slow responses. This is where spinach becomes a quiet powerhouse for people over 60. Spinach is one of the most reliable sources of natural magnesium, a mineral required for nerve muscle coordination. Magnesium helps muscles contract and release smoothly, preventing cramps, twitching, or sudden tightness. Seniors often experience nighttime leg cramps that feel like the muscle is twisting uncontrollably. These cramps are often linked to magnesium depletion caused by stress, medications, or poor diet. A cup of spinach a day can help replenish what's missing, making nerve signaling stronger and helping your legs move with better control and less discomfort. It also supports ATP production, the body's energy currency, which means your muscles have more fuel to stay active throughout the day. Another major reason legs weaken with age is poor mitochondrial function. These tiny structures inside each muscle cell are responsible for turning food into energy. As you age, they become slower and less efficient, and your legs are often the first place you feel the impact. This is where blueberries come in. Blueberries contain anthocyanins that activate a process in the body that repairs damaged mitochondria. When these energy factories function better, your legs regain power, endurance, and resilience. Many seniors report noticing improved walking stamina after adding berries to their breakfast for just a couple of weeks. Blueberries also support the small blood vessels, known as capillaries, that feed oxygen into leg muscles. When these capillaries stay open and flexible, the muscles stay healthier even during long periods of sitting. Protein intake is another major issue impacting leg strength after 60. Your legs need a continuous supply of amino acids to rebuild themselves. Many seniors unintentionally eat too little protein, especially in the morning, causing their muscles to break down at a faster rate. Greek yogurt is an excellent solution for this. It provides high-quality protein that absorbs easily, along with probiotics that support gut health. When the gut is inflamed or slow, nutrients don't get absorbed properly, which weakens the legs over time. Greek yogurt gives the body clean, usable protein that goes directly into muscle repair, helping your thighs, calves, and glutes rebuild stronger. When combined with light daily movement, the results can be surprisingly fast, even for people over 75. Finally, one of the most underestimated foods for leg power is lentils. Many seniors develop circulation problems in their legs because their blood becomes thicker or slower. The high fiber and plant protein in lentils help regulate blood pressure, improve vessel flexibility, and feed the gut bacteria that help control inflammation. Lentils also contain iron, which prevents the fatigue and breathlessness that often make the legs feel weak during basic activities. A bowl of lentils a few times a week can help strengthen the muscles, stabilize energy levels, and reduce the tired, heavy sensation many people experience when climbing stairs or standing for long periods. All these foods work together as a quiet support system for your legs, boosting blood flow, strengthening nerves, repairing mitochondria, reducing inflammation, and supplying essential protein. But the story doesn't end here, because two more foods can bring even more dramatic improvements in leg stability and long-term muscle protection, especially for seniors who struggle with balance or mobility. And once people discover these next foods, many say they notice changes they didn't think were possible at their age. The next foods on this list don't just support leg strength. They actively help rebuild the parts of your body that age the fastest after 60. Your blood vessels, your nerves, and the muscle fibers deep inside your thighs all respond to specific nutrients that many people unknowingly ignore. When these nutrients are missing, seniors often notice their legs feeling unstable, their balance declining, and their walking speed slowing down year after year. But when the right foods are brought back into the daily routine, the body begins repairing itself in ways that genuinely surprise people. One of the foods that delivers this effect is salmon, especially wild-caught salmon. Rich in long-chain omega-3 fats, it nourishes the muscles and improves communication between nerve cells. Seniors who eat omega-3 rich foods regularly often report smoother walking, less stiffness in their knees and ankles, and a stronger feeling of control when stepping over objects or getting up from a chair. Salmon also contains vitamin D and high-quality protein, two ingredients that support muscle density. Vitamin D deficiency is extremely common among older adults, and when levels drop, it becomes harder to activate the muscle fibers that keep the legs firm and stable. Weakness in the thighs, wobbling in the knees, and difficulty rising from low seats are early warning signs that your body needs more vitamin D. Salmon helps restore this foundation while also reducing inflammation around the joints, allowing the muscles to move without friction. When people combine salmon with mild daily movement, even just walking inside the house, they often notice increased endurance in less than 2 weeks. Another powerful food for seniors wanting stronger legs is pumpkin seeds. These tiny seeds are packed with magnesium, iron, zinc, and plant-based proteins that support the body's electrical and muscular functions. Low magnesium is one of the leading causes of nighttime leg cramps, shaky steps, and sudden weakness when climbing stairs. Pumpkin seeds help replenish magnesium stores that have been drained by stress, medications, and aging. The iron inside them improves oxygen delivery, allowing the muscles in your calves and thighs to stay energized rather than burning out too quickly. Seniors who add pumpkin seeds to yogurt, salads, or morning oatmeal often feel less heaviness in the legs, especially during the first steps of the day when stiffness is usually the worst. In addition to improving strength, pumpkin seeds help support nerve protection. The zinc they contain plays a major role in nerve repair and communication, something that becomes incredibly important after 60. Many seniors don't realize that nerves age just like muscles do, and when nerves become sluggish, the legs start responding with delayed movements. That delay is one of the reasons people over 60 experience tripping or misjudging a step even when their muscles seem strong. Pumpkin seeds give the nerves the minerals needed to fire quickly and correctly, helping restore coordination and confidence during movement. The next food works differently from all the others because it helps stabilize the body's internal stress signals, which many seniors overlook. Chronic stress causes the adrenal glands to release hormones that break down muscle tissue, especially in the legs. This is why people who are under long-term emotional pressure often say their legs feel weak or shaky even when they've eaten well. Bananas are one of the best antidotes to this stress-driven weakness. They contain potassium, natural sugars, and B vitamins that help calm the nervous system and supply steady energy to the muscles. Potassium prevents excess fluid from being trapped in the legs and helps the muscles contract smoothly during walking. Seniors who eat 1 banana a day often notice fewer sudden drops in energy when carrying groceries or climbing stairs. They also find that their balance feels more reliable because potassium helps the brain send clean, accurate signals to the legs. Bananas also support the heart, another vital piece of the leg strength puzzle, because the strength of the heart determines how much blood actually reaches the lower body. When the heart pumps efficiently, the legs receive consistent oxygen and nutrients, preventing that wobbly sensation that often appears without warning. But even with strong muscles and stable nerves, the legs cannot perform well if the tissues inside them become stiff. This stiffness happens when advanced glycation end products, harmful compounds formed when blood sugar stays high, accumulate inside muscle fibers. One of the best foods to counteract this hidden aging process is tomatoes. Tomatoes are rich in lycopene, a compound that protects the collagen and elastin inside the muscle tissue. These two structural components keep the legs flexible, allowing them to absorb impact when walking or stepping down from a curb. Lycopene reduces stiffness, protects the small blood vessels running along the legs, and prevents oxidative stress that can weaken muscle fibers over time. Tomatoes also help improve circulation around the knees and hips, which is why many seniors feel a difference after adding them to salads, soups, or simple cooked meals. Better circulation means more nutrients reach the muscle, and more waste products are flushed away. This creates a cleaner, more energized environment inside the legs, making movement feel easier and more natural. Many seniors who regularly eat tomatoes report fewer aching sensations after long periods of standing or sitting. All these foods work together on different parts of the leg: muscle fibers, nerves, blood vessels, and connective tissue. This combination becomes incredibly important for anyone over 60 who wants stronger, more reliable legs for walking, household tasks, travel, or simply maintaining independence. When these foods enter the diet regularly, the legs begin to recover in subtle but powerful ways. Movements feel smoother, fatigue takes longer to appear, balance becomes steadier, and the legs respond with more confidence. But even with all these foods supporting the legs, there is one final category of foods that many seniors completely overlook: foods that restore the body's natural ability to repair muscle damage during sleep. These foods can make the difference between legs that continue to weaken year after year and legs that grow stronger even in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. And once people learn what these foods can do overnight, it changes how they take care of their legs for the rest of their lives. The final piece of the leg strength puzzle is often the most overlooked, yet it can make the biggest difference for seniors who want to maintain mobility and independence. After focusing on circulation, muscle fibers, nerves, and flexibility, the key becomes recovery. How your legs rebuild themselves while you sleep. One of the most powerful ways to support this process is through protein-rich foods that are easy to digest and packed with amino acids, the building blocks of muscle. Cottage cheese, for example, is a simple food that many seniors underestimate. It contains casein protein, which digests slowly and delivers a steady supply of amino acids throughout the night. This is critical because the legs repair micro tears and strengthen fibers during deep sleep cycles. And without this nighttime protein, much of the day's progress can be lost. Along with cottage cheese, eggs are another highly effective option. Eggs provide complete protein along with B vitamins and choline, which help the body create energy and support nerve function. When seniors include eggs regularly, their muscles and nerves become more resilient, reducing the risk of sudden weakness or unsteady steps. What makes eggs particularly valuable is their ability to stimulate muscle protein synthesis, which is the process by which your body actually builds new muscle tissue. This process slows naturally with age, but proper nutrition can counteract that slowdown. A single egg in the morning or as part of an evening meal can trigger a cascade of benefits that keep the legs strong and responsive, especially for those over 65. Another critical factor for leg health is maintaining proper antioxidant balance. Aging muscles produce more free radicals, which can damage cells and hinder recovery. One of the most potent antioxidant foods is red bell pepper. Not only is it high in vitamin C, which supports collagen production in muscles and connective tissue, but it also contains carotenoids that help protect against oxidative stress. Seniors who include red bell peppers in their diet often notice less soreness after walking or climbing stairs. This protection is particularly valuable for those who exercise regularly or engage in weight-bearing activities because the small cellular damage caused by movement can accumulate and slow recovery if antioxidants are lacking. Leafy greens also play an essential role in strengthening legs, particularly kale and Swiss chard. These vegetables provide magnesium, potassium, and calcium, all of which support muscle contraction and relaxation. Magnesium in particular is critical for preventing cramps and ensuring that nerves communicate efficiently with muscles. For seniors, this translates to smoother movement, fewer episodes of sudden weakness, and more stable balance. The potassium in these greens helps prevent fluid retention in the legs, which is a common cause of heaviness and discomfort. Many people assume that swelling or fatigue in the lower limbs is inevitable with age, but incorporating these leafy greens can dramatically reduce these issues and make every step feel lighter and more controlled. Omega-3 fats continue to be a secret weapon for leg strength, particularly those found in fatty fish like mackerel, sardines, and trout. These fats reduce inflammation inside the muscle fibers and around the joints, making movement smoother and less painful. Seniors often experience stiffness that discourages activity, but omega-3s help reverse that stiffness at the cellular level. By calming inflammation, these fats improve nutrient delivery to the muscles, enhance mitochondrial efficiency, and even support brain signals that coordinate leg movement. This combination not only improves endurance, but also reduces the likelihood of falls, which is one of the most dangerous concerns for people over 60. Legs also depend heavily on hydration, which is frequently overlooked in older adults. Even mild dehydration can reduce blood flow to the legs, making them feel heavy and fatigued. Water alone is helpful, but beverages that include electrolytes, such as mineral-rich broths, can enhance muscle performance further. Electrolytes like sodium, potassium, and magnesium support the electrical signals that nerves send to muscles, ensuring that the legs respond quickly and efficiently. For seniors, this can mean the difference between feeling wobbly when rising from a chair and moving confidently across a room. Proper hydration also enhances the benefits of all the foods already discussed, ensuring nutrients are absorbed effectively and muscles remain energized. Another powerful strategy to restore leg strength is combining these nutrient-rich foods with light evening activity. Gentle stretches, short walks, or even simple foot and calf exercises before bedtime can dramatically improve circulation, allowing nutrients from the day's meals to reach muscle tissue efficiently overnight. When combined with slow-digesting protein and anti-inflammatory foods, this strategy transforms sleep into an active period of repair. Seniors often notice that after implementing this approach, they wake up with stronger, more responsive legs, fewer cramps, and a feeling of readiness that continues throughout the day. Finally, the secret many seniors overlook is how small adjustments in portion timing and combination can multiply results. Pairing a protein like cottage cheese or eggs with antioxidant-rich vegetables, a handful of nuts, or fatty fish enhances absorption and muscle repair. Timing is also critical. Consuming these combinations a couple of hours before bed ensures that muscles receive nutrients exactly when they are repairing. Even minor adjustments like adding a splash of lemon to water, sprinkling seeds on vegetables, or including a small fruit serving with dinner can improve magnesium and vitamin C absorption, both of which are crucial for nerve and muscle recovery. The cumulative effect of these small but targeted changes is a leg-strengthening routine that works silently overnight, giving seniors the endurance, stability, and confidence that many assume is lost forever with age. By implementing these strategies consistently, the legs begin to regain power, flexibility, and coordination, even in the oldest age brackets. What seniors often notice first is reduced stiffness, fewer nighttime cramps, and more energy for everyday movements like climbing stairs or carrying groceries. Then, over a few weeks, the improvements compound, balance stabilizes, walking speed increases, and fatigue diminishes. The transformation is rarely dramatic overnight, but the slow, steady rebuild makes a lasting difference. And just when people think they've maximized their results, the final two food combinations, when added to this nightly routine, can create a level of leg strength and stability that surprises even those who have struggled for decades. These foods will be the secret to keeping your legs strong, resilient, and independent well into your 80s and beyond.